All right, all right, all right. Here we go, guys. We're going to be looking at our last topic of Rome. Well, kind of. It's this after this topic, Rome is going to still survive, but it's going to take on its kind of its own little life of its own with Christianity and a thing called the Byzantine Empire or the Byzantine Empire. But yes, we're at the fall or the decline of the Roman Empire. So you'll see they have some political problems. That's the government. Social problems. That's the people. Economic problems, that's some money, and frontier problems, that means some people on the outside. Yes, so look at this. It's showing that Rome is falling, and this is kind of where we're going to end today with part one. It's a division of Rome. Rome will be cut up into four different pieces by a guy named Diocletian. All right, let's get into this. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 3 3 3 3 3 3 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 1 1 1 1 1 1. Yes, the fall of Rome. So here we go. The decline of Rome in 180. All right, we're at AD or CE. We're after Jesus. All right, Marcus Aurelius, this good emperor, he is going to die. That's right, he died. All right, his son Commodus was a cruel and ruler and wasted money. He was a cruel ruler and wasted money. Now, this is the guy, when you go watch the movie Gladiator, The Gladiator, if your parents let you, because it is a rough movie. All right, this is who they're talking about. It's not accurate, but you can see a little bit about it. Instead of ruling Rome, Commodus spent most of his time fighting as a legionnaire or a gladiator. What do you think? As a gladiator. He would get into the Colosseum and he would fight. He liked that. All right, gladiator. And in 192, the emperor's bodyguard, they got sick of him. Guess what they did? They killed him. All right. Nearly a century of confusion and fighting followed. After Commodus, a dynasty of emperors called the Severans. All right. The Severans ruled Rome. Much of their time was spent putting down revolts, protecting Rome's borders. The Severans stayed in power by paying the army well, but they ignored the growing what? Problems, all right, of crime and poverty. All right, there's our introduction. Here comes our first topic. So what were some of the political and social problems in Rome? So we're going to be looking at some of the problems of the government and some of the problems of the people. All right, here we go. When the last Severan ruler died in 235, Rome's government was becoming not strong, but very weak. That's right. For almost 50 years, army leaders fought each other for the throne. During this time, Rome had, y'all guess how many they had? You think they had 5? Nope. You think they had 10? Nope. You think it was 15? Nope. 20? Nope. They had 22 different emperors. All right. 22 different emperors. All right. Now, poor leadership was not Rome's only difficulty. Fewer Romans, they honored, all right, fewer Romans honored the old ideals, which are good ideas, of duty, courage, and honesty. I challenge you to have those: duty, courage, and honesty. Many government officials took, all right, if you're taking money, what's that called, to do something for somebody? Bribes. They took bribes. As problems increased, talented people often refused, all right, to serve in the government. So you were getting these people that were not good leaders that were serving in the government, all right? Many wealthy citizens even stopped paying. What were they stopped paying? They were sick of it. They stopped paying taxes, all right? Whoa, that's not spelled right. All right. Fewer people attended, which is where everything happens for you. This is where you should get the most out for the bang of the buck of the government, out of schools. And a large number of the empire's people they weren't citizens, but they were slaves. That's right. Wealthy Romans supported slavery because it was a cheap way to get work done. All right, our next question here. What were some of the economic, that's our financial problems, and military problems? It goes like this. During the 200s, Rome's economy began to fall apart. As government weakened, they go together, law and, this is what I think matters the most, order broke down. Roman soldiers and invaders seized crops and destroyed the fields. Farmers began to grow less food, and hunger began to spread. As the economy worsened, people bought fewer goods. Artisans produced less, and shopkeepers, and shopkeepers, what did they do? Shopkeepers, what did they do? What did they do? Shopkeepers closed. No, that's not what I'm looking at. Shopkeepers, they weren't closed. They lost money. And most businesses, there you go, they closed. And the number of workers dropped sharply. Many workers had to leave jobs and serve in the army, which wasn't paying very much. They eventually quit paying. A plague, then all of a sudden, or a disease that spreads widely, also took its toll. It killed 1 out of every 10 people in the empire. Rome also began to suffer from, this is when you have your prices going up, inflation. Inflation, or rapid increasing in prices. All right, how did this happen? A weak economy meant fewer, what were paid? Fewer taxes were paid. Oh, goodness gracious, I can't spell. Taxes were paid. With less money coming in, the Roman government could not afford to defend its territories and had to find a way to pay its soldiers and officials. One way for government to get money it needed was to put less gold in its coins. By putting less gold in each coin, the government could make extra coins and try to hide that they don't have the gold and pay for more things. People soon learned that the gold coins did not have as much gold in them, and the coins began to lose their value. That's right. Their value. Prices went what? Up. And many people stopped using money altogether. They began to, you can go on Craigslist and do this, barter or exchange goods without using money. Meanwhile, that's right, invaders swept into the empire. In the west, you have Germanic tribes raided Roman farms and towns. In the east, armies from Persia pushed into the empire's territory. As fighting increased, the government could no longer enlist they could no longer enlist and pay, Romans as soldiers. It began using Germanic mercenaries in the army. These Germanic soldiers were not loyal to Rome. All right, last question for the day. What were Diocletian's reforms? In 284, a general named Diocletian became emperor. To stop the empire's decline, he introduced reform or political changes to make things better. Because the empire was too large for one person to rule, Diocletian, he took the empire and he divided it into 4 different parts. He named officials to rule these areas, but kept authority overall. Diocletian also worked to boost the economy, to slow inflation. He issued the rules to set the prices of goods and the wages to be paid to workers. To make sure more goods are produced, he ordered workers to remain at the same jobs until they died. Diocletian's reforms, guess what they did? Did they work or did they fail? They failed miserably. The people, that's right. This is what they did. When you see rules you don't like, a lot of people do this. They ignored the new rules. And Diocletian did not have enough power to make them obey. And that's where we will stop with that right there. But let me show you just his empire, what he left it with. This is what Diocletian will end Rome like this, divided up. We've got right out here, we've got this orange area, the green area, this purple area right there, and this area. Rome is falling apart. It is declining, like this picture suggests right here. All right, and we see there's political problems. The government officials, the good people aren't going in there to be good leaders. They're corrupt. They're taking bribes. Inflation's happening. That's economic problems, social problems. People are just morally corrupt, and we're getting attacked from the outside. All right, guys. See you next time.